In ecology, one of our main goals is to look at how organisms have evolved different processes to allow them to survive and adapt to difficult situations. In both carnivorous and herbaceous animals, one of the main challenges is finding and securing a food supply to meet energetic needs. And therefore, animals spend the majority of their time searching for and trying to secure food. Therefore, it's really important that when they do find a food resource, they're able to extract as much energy from that resource as possible. One of the ways that animals go about doing this is through food caching, which is storing the food until a later date at which it can be consumed. Throughout the speech, I'll go over both the positive and negative aspects of food caching, or the benefits and costs. I will look at the different strategies used to cache food and the different strategies used to retrieve food. So first, for food caching to be beneficial to the animal, the benefits have to outweigh the costs. So the main benefits of food caching are that in times of ample food supply, you can store the food and have it available to you during shortages such as droughts or winter months. And a second one is that caching food has been shown to reduce toxins. Organic toxins such as phenolics and terpenes have been shown to degrade over time. And so the research study by Torgerosa and Deering showed that animals will actually, when given toxic foods contaminated with these toxins, they will eat food from caches because it's been evolutionarily selected for them to eat these foods because they'll be lower in toxins. However, there are costs with caching. The main one is time and energy expenditure, because you have to hide the food and then you have to be able to locate the food later. The second one is loss of food through spoilage and pilferage by other animals. If the animals deem that the food caching is beneficial for them, there are a couple different ways that they can go about caching their food. The first is through short-term caching, which is mostly with like carcasses and perishable things that won't last very long. And the second is long-term caching, which is more like nuts and seeds and stuff. And that's mostly done by like smaller rodents and birds. When they cache their food, what the different strategies for caching their food now, you've got scatter caching, which is when you cache food at multiple locations. The benefits of this is that you have, if one cache is pilfered, you don't lose all your cache, but it's costly because you have to cache at multiple locations and you have to be able to retrieve from multiple locations. The second main strategy is a central cache, which occurs in something such as a hole or a hollow in a tree. The benefits of this are that it's energetically inexpensive because everything's in one place, but also it's hard to defend. And so the cost is that if another animal finds the cache, you lose all your food. Once you've cached your food, you have to be able to retrieve it or it's useless to you. There are three main ways to retrieve a cache. The first is through episodic memory. This is where the animal can actually remember the caching event and then recall where they cached the food. This is done mostly by birds, such as in the Corvidae and Paridae family. Paridae is chickadees, which is this guy, and Corvidae is blue jays and crows. That's a picture of a blue jay. They did a study that showed that in low food times, the episodic memory caching, they can actually increase their effectiveness and efficiency. And so episodic caching is very efficient when it comes time to retrieve the food, but it's costly because you have to have a lot of brain power to be able to do it. The second type of cache retrieval is reforaging, where you simply just go out and try and find the food again, normally through smell and stuff. A lot of the time that's done by rodents, such as this guy, which is a pica, which is like a small field mouse, and normally they'll just like smell the seeds, wet seeds. The third way is through search by rule. And what is done there is animals will always hide their cache in the same type of location, for example, under a rock. So when they go to retrieve it, they always look under a rock and not in the hole of a tree or something. So in conclusion, if caching is deemed beneficial to the animal, it could be a very successful way to ensure their survival through harsh periods with low food availability. So the next time you see your dog digging a hole in the backyard, it's not just your dog being silly, but it's actually millions of years of evolution creating that instinct to cache food. Thank you.